It's time now for the Crusaders TV Player of the Week, and for the third week of February, it is Crusaders defenseman Tyler Jette. In 3 games, Tyler had 4 points for the Crusaders, and especially a big weekend as the Crusaders snapped their 8-game losing streak last week against the Bonnyville Pontiacs in a big shutout victory on home ice on Family Day, 4-0 the final. Tyler, just how did it feel for you guys? We won't talk too much about the Spruce Grove game. That was a tough one there, but just talk about snapping the streak Friday in Bonnyville and getting a big 6-3 win there.
Definitely just going in with a lot of energy. You could tell in pregame warm-ups and even off-ice warm-ups that we were going to go. We knew the streak was ending that night. We were hyped up about it, and once it happened, the boys were just going. The bus ride home was finally fun. We weren't sitting there in silence with headphones in, so made it a fun weekend. Definitely to get the sweep at the end was a good top to it. So
yeah, and you guys were really rolling. You're doing some things that maybe hadn't been done in the last 8 games. And specifically, the power play was really going. Just talk about the success you had all weekend on the power play. I think 75% in both games.
Yeah, I think we just kept it more simple that game. We were moving a little bit, but ultimately we were just thinking shoot first, and we did that, and we got some bounces in there. So it was good for us to get back going because we were struggling there for a little bit. So.
And for you, you were out of the lineup, in and out of the lineup. You came here, and then you get called up to Tri-City, and then when you came back, you kind of banged up a bit. So how frustrating was it being on the sidelines when your team's losing?
Yeah, it was super frustrating watching, but I knew just ultimately I would be better getting healthy and coming back at it a little bit later. But definitely watching. I tried to give some guys some tips, but it's hard when you're not down there with them in between periods and stuff. So it was tough, but happy to be back.
All right, well, you're about just over half a point a game with this Crusader team. How have you liked coming to the AJHL and returning to hockey? I know we did a big story on Global News with you here in Edmonton, but just talk about what's it been like coming to the rink every day and playing.
It's been unreal. I mean, I can't thank everybody enough here for giving me an opportunity. It's been so fun, and to the Wallaces for giving me a place to stay. I can't imagine my life without hockey, and I was without it for a little bit. Now that I'm back, ripping around on the ice has never been more fun, and just coming to the rink every day with a smile on my face is unreal.
Yeah. Especially when you guys are winning. So let's look ahead to this weekend. And you get the Calgary Canucks on Saturday, but before that it's the Lloydminster Bobcats on Friday. They're playing really good hockey right now. They're trying to chase you down for 5th spot. It's going to be a playoff-like atmosphere, I'm sure, on Friday. Yeah. What do you expect from the Bobcats?
They're going to come out hard and physical. They always do, and so we gotta keep our game simple and get it deep, get it behind their defensemen, and get lots of pucks to the net, a lot of bodies in front of the net, and we can't back down and play scared against them. Otherwise, they're going to walk over us. So.
And then Saturday against the Calgary Canucks, the first time you guys faced them, didn't go 2 Ls, an 8-3 victory down in Calgary for the Canucks against you guys. And just maybe, do you guys think that you kind of owe them one? That might have been not your best effort that Saturday in Calgary, where you came off a big victory in Canmore. Guys were banged up. You were banged up in that game as well. So just maybe it's a bit of a redemption, I'm sure, this weekend for both games, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. Both games are definitely redemption games. They kind of took them from us, and we thought we were playing good in the first period of the Canucks game, but then they came back. We kind of stopped playing and stuff. It was a long weekend, but we definitely owe them a few goals against. So.
All right, well, let's talk about you. You're a native of Farmington, Minnesota. That is just outside Minneapolis, if I'm not mistaken. What's it like as a kid from Minnesota coming to play hockey in Canada?
It's basically the same as Minnesota is. I mean, there's a lot of people. The community loves hockey. It's mostly a hockey town, but there's a few differences that I like and don't like. But yeah, other than that, it's been unreal.
And then getting an opportunity with the Tri-City Americans who own your Western Hockey League rights. You played some games with them. What's the difference between the two leagues that you're seeing kind of in 1 year? I know guys that we talk to, they come back, we say, oh, what's the difference, a year removed or a few months or a few weeks for that matter removed. But for you guys, going back and forth with the Crusaders and Americans, what's it like? We hear about a lot of the pace is a lot different, but what's your takeaway from that?
Yeah, it's just a little bit more physical, and it's a faster paced game, but ultimately they're not too much of a different league. It's pretty the same. Guys work their hardest, and they're going to come to compete every night, so you just got to put your head on and compete with them, and you'll do good in both leagues. So,
for you, What kind of defenseman would you describe yourself? Maybe tell us, for some of the people who haven't seen you play yet, only a few handful of games here on home ice for the Crusaders, but if anyone hasn't seen you, describe your style of play as a defenseman.
Definitely, I think of myself as a defensive defenseman, but I also like to get up in the rush. So basically a two-way defenseman that I'm not going to produce too much offense, but keeping it simple, get me some points and get the boys going. So that's what I like to do.
Well, hopefully that happens this weekend. Tyler Jette is your Crusaders TV Player of the Week with 4 points in 3 games for the Crusaders, as Sherwood Park home to the Lloydminster Bobcats on Friday, and Saturday against the Calgary Canucks here at the Sherwood Park Arena. Tyler, thanks a lot and good luck.
Thank you.